Hey Blockspace Asia, Park here again. So right now I'm here with Dylan, the CEO and co-founder of Kaunto. So he's going to do a quick introduction of what the company is and what they are up to. So take it away.
Yeah, so I'm Dylan, the founder of Kaunto, and Kaunto is a bookkeeping and accounting platform for companies that use cryptocurrencies. So if you are trading or transacting cryptocurrencies, like paying your employees or you're earning it, then you can use Kaunto to automate your bookkeeping and your accounting as being a corporate entity.
Cool. So just to understand as well, because crypto is such a new market, not new exactly, it's been around for 2, 3, 4 years. How's the acceptance rate like for companies using Kaunto? Because I don't think a lot of companies are paying their employees, or rather the employees, they don't want to accept their pay in crypto. I'm not sure. So who are your type of audience and clientele so far?
Right. Actually, it's surprisingly how many blockchain ventures and funds do actually pay in Bitcoins salaries. We do pay our employees in Bitcoins as well. The thing is that most of our customer base right now are blockchain ventures, like protocols, companies that have done an ICO, have their own token, have a token economy, or are investing in tokens like a fund, for example. They are so ingrained in the cryptocurrency space that they can't really get around using crypto. So they need a solution like ours to make the bridge between the new economy and this decentralized financial system to, accounting for it in a traditional fashion. So we help them to make that bridge, basically. But of course, right now, the problem in the space, it's an adoption hurdle for traditional companies that want to use cryptocurrencies, is that it's not very clear on how to bookkeep it, how to account for it, what are the tax regulations around it. And so we are building an association of cryptocurrency accountants, auditors, and tax lawyers as part of Kaunto to bring together these group of people that understand cryptocurrencies, that understand Kaunto, that understand the issues in the space, to then help and solve them together.
And where's your main clientele based in? Is it in Singapore at all?
Most of our customers right now are coming from the US and Singapore. Yeah.
And just to get a quick understanding, like Kaunto, how does it differ from a traditional bookkeeping accounting service? Of course, it's crypto-based only, right? But in terms of the accounting software, is there anything different at all? Or because the prices might be volatile, and what affects or what are the main differences between new and traditional?
Right. So, the main thing is accounting stays the same, right? You still have to write the same sort of annual report. You still have to do it according to the same regulations, especially because there's been no new regulations for cryptocurrencies. So, in a way, we are different in a way that we connect to exchanges, we connect to wallets, we connect to blockchains, we get your transaction history, but we also spend a lot of time to make sure that, first of all, the data is right, that your miner fees automatically get booked as expenses, that your transaction fees or trade fees on exchanges get booked as expenses, that your pricing is right, because pricing is a huge problem in this scene, considering that there's no central authority that you can refer to for the exchange rate. So right now everyone is using different pricing sources. One uses Gemini as a price source, the other one uses CoinMarketCap, they use CoinGecko. So our platform allows you a lot of flexibility in what pricing source you want to use, and if you want to override it, you can override it, and it will show up as manual. Of course, we'll record this in audit logs and such that you're doing that. You have to justify it to tax lawyers or regulators or tax authorities, basically. But we do allow a lot of granularity in how we deal with cryptocurrency transactions. And so the difficulty really is to get the right data in, manipulate it in a way that it makes sense for the traditional accounting standards. Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool that you guys are bringing in the task force of the lawyers, of the tax guys to really structure something around it.
Right, so we can't do it alone. Yeah. It's actually such a complicated issue. That how we design our platform is we talk with companies and they tell us this is a huge headache for us. We haven't been our accountants haven't gone home before midnight since 3 months. That's literally the kind of things we hear. Or we hear we're doing everything manually in spreadsheets, and we're spending hours and hours and hours doing this. So we try to learn about their problems. And then we design the solutions together with the accountants, auditors, tax lawyers to make sure that from a regulatory standpoint, they're the right solutions and that it actually matches the current day reality of accounting. So not just this new fancy crypto world and like coming up with like these dream realities of like triple entry bookkeeping in the blockchain and blah blah blah. No, like we make that bridge between the new economy and the traditional way of accounting.
And personally for yourself, do you come from an accounting background? Henceforth you discovered, okay, were you previously accountant, traditional accountant, and you dabbled into crypto and you found out that there was this demand? Or how do you come into this?
I'm not a traditional accountant. I don't have an accounting background, but I used to run a company and I used to be part of companies that were using cryptocurrencies and that ran into these issues over and over and over again. And through events that I've organized all around the world and communities I've built, I have been able to speak to a lot of founders in the space who also told me that, yeah, it's also an issue for them. And so my goal is to get the accountants and auditors and tax lawyers to work with us because I learn a lot from them, of course, on how we design the solutions. But we work together. So we have advisors, we have people on the team that are accountants, we have lawyers on the team, and as well we are building the association. So our network is getting quite broad in terms of people that can support whatever problems we're trying to solve and to design the solutions for that, because they also want it solved. Yeah. They also don't want to do these things manually. Yeah, and they also have customers that need it solved. So,
and for Kaunto right now, what's the key objective? What can you offer to these guys over here?
Right. So I mean, if you're a company that really identifies this issue in their own organization, then you probably want to come and have a chat with us.
Thanks so much for that. If people are keen to find out more, where can they reach out to you at?
They can go to getkaunto.com. Kaunto is a Japanese word for to count, so if they want to remember the name, that's how you remember it. But yeah, so that's where you can request access. Just fill in your email, we'll get in touch.
If they are keen to reach out personally to you, how can they reach out to you?
They can reach out to me on Twitter at Dylan Domsma, or they can reach me on my email, which is Dylan, DYLAN at getkaunto.com.
Got it. All right, thank you so much, Dylan. So that's Dylan from Kaunto. I'm Park from Blockspace Asia, and thanks for tuning in.
All right.